The assignment was basically to look at the video. The assignment was what three things you got out of it. Uh, so so we could have time to discuss it. I believe it's really important because if we don't understand the assignment, we don't understand the goals. We don't understand the purpose.
That's true.
So, and it help us to expedite it in that, uh, because moving forward, if we don't understand the direction that we're about to take and what this video is to impart in us to move us forward in our everyday lives, then we'll we'll miss the main thing. The main thing won't be the main thing, and the main thing will be something else.
Man, you know what? I'm just gonna just kind of jump into it, man. Just that video commitment.
Well, what I thought about it was when Bishop Jakes gave out the keys of commitment, the first three feed off each other. You got to have commitment to God. You got to have commitment to your family. You have commitment to the church. And so if you commit to those things, you'll be successful. But the main principle of being commitment is if you want to see the anointing of God, you want to see a move of God, and you want to see yourself to elevate to another level, you have to stay commitment. You have to be committed in what you're called to do. And so you can see yourself flourish. And I believe if you water that one plant, whatever you call to do, other branches will flow.
Who else? Who else would watch the video and would like to elaborate on it?
Hey, I'm Terrence Davis. I'll elaborate a little bit on it.
Okay, how you doing, Terrence?
I'm doing all right. Good morning, man.
Yeah, good morning to you too.
All right. Well, I enjoyed the video. I mean, the video was very touching. It gave me a refresh course on being committed. But one of the things that TD Jakes talked about, that Bishop Jakes talked about, was reciprocity. He talked about buying in and giving back to. When you buy into something, right? That means to buy in fully and not be wavering as you're buying in, committing to the process. Also, he talked about relationships. The first relationship to God, second relationship to family, and then he went straight to the dream. But it's a process. You know, I believe that, you know, the commitment process begins with, if I would have to redo this, I would say committed to God, self, wife, if you have a wife, that includes family. So God's self and family would come. He said a half committed man plus a half committed woman equals a half committed family. There is a cost to commitment. There is a cost to commitment. Commitment is not on sale.
Terrence, you know what? Just hearing in your voice, I hear the honesty, the integrity that you are flaring off. And that is very important relating to this video, because if you're not truthful, man, you finna run into some stuff.
I just remember TD Jakes in the 90s. You know, to me, his message has grown with him over time. He used to give a lot of happy message. That was more of an apostolic message that challenges people to grow. But I remember how much he used to travel around and preach everywhere, basically to get where he got. He used to come to Atlanta and do all those conferences. He didn't just become a mega church pastor by, you know, it didn't just happen for him. He put the time in, he was committed to it. And do you want to be 30-fold, 60-fold, 100-fold? What kind of return do you want in your life? That was what that's kind of what he challenged me to. Being 30-fold is cool, that's the return. But if you know you could be 100 and you're only 30, you're cheating yourself. And that's what I grapple with, is being 100-fold and maximizing every moment of every day.
What two actions do you take right now that relates to the commitment?
To answer your question, my personal two things has everything to do with you know, it has to do with my why, basically. So I wake up in the morning, and the first thing is I spend time with the Father, and then I reflect on you know, my to-do list, and based on everything that I know that I'm supposed to do that day, I set it's basically my goals. So every day I get up, I spend time with the Father. The next thing is going over my goals and the things that I have to accomplish. And it takes commitment to get those things accomplished. The key word that I got from TD Jakes was reciprocity. Is, you know, being able to, when you're getting, you're giving. When you're giving, you're getting. I think it's a healthy thing. You know, you know, for us to ask ourselves, what is MEPA doing for us, and what are we doing for MEPA? You know, so that's where I took that's the bulk of what I got out of it.
First of all, I looked at this video. I've looked at this video, and I'm not saying this to boast. It's a principle. I looked at this video at least about 10 times because I saw it before I released it. But the first thing I learned that he said that you can't have a relationship without reciprocity. Do you give as good as you get? Do you give as good as you get? Do you give as good as you get? The second thing he said, have you thrown your whole self into anything? Have you thrown your whole self into anything? Have you thrown your whole self into anything? And the third thing it is commitment to your dream. He talked about giving all he had before he even got to where he was. He talked about preaching in suits that the lining was tore up, he had to wear. He talked about not being able to bend down because of the holes in his shoes. He talked about going out on the road to preach, and he had to come back and pay his staff with the check that he had. So that's what I got out of this video.
Okay. All right. Okay.
What I got out of it was basically, and I forwarded that video to about 7 people who I thought it may benefit. And what I got out of it was that you could be doing a whole bunch of things to work towards whatever your goals are, personally, spiritually, or whatever. But if you're not committed, you're basically cheating yourself and the people around you who are committed to you and whatever your goals or your efforts are. But you're basically, the more important thing is you're cheating yourself out of your success. And that goes with your family, that goes with your spiritual, that goes with your business, your goals. And it just would be a shame to have a bunch of efforts in other places and not get there because basically you half-step and you're not totally committed to whatever those things are that are on your list. And whichever the order is that it is for you, it really is basically shining a mirror at you and letting you know and exposing what you know. If you really, like Joe said a little earlier, if you're really honest with yourself, you really can get it. If you're not honest, then you're just gonna keep on doing what you're doing. But if you're really honest with yourself, you know how much effort you put into every single thing that you do.
So that's the one thing that in me meeting you, Marcus, that was one thing that was apparent, was that you showed me loyalty. You know, commitment wasn't a part of the conversation. You being a passionate man about mentoring and developing a relationship with a person already brought in the commitment. It was was no hands down. It wasn't even had to be a part of the conversation. So loyalty is extremely important in being a man of passion.
Thank you, Joe. And I just want to tell you, Joe, you're doing an excellent job. I appreciate you. I appreciate the calls. I appreciate you tolerating me with my crazy self. And so just want to let you know you're doing an excellent job at taking this over. I think this is really important. We were only on that Tuesday night that we do the Zoom call. We will only do that first 35 minutes and a recording. If there are any other pressing issues after that we need to further that, we'll do it offline. He won't be recording because he's spending a great deal of time editing this, and we don't want to do anyone like that, especially someone who have 10 kids and a wife and could possibly have another. So we don't want to do that, you know.
12 kids, sir. It's 12.
You know,
messing that
and
up.
so we want to make sure that he have time. We need to make an extra baby. But we have on our two of our new people on here. We have Marlon. I know he was on for a minute. He's in DC.
Hello.
Yeah. Hey, Marlon. He's in DC. We want to welcome you to MEPA.
All right.
Yes, sir.
And we want to welcome Terrence Davis to MEPA. These are new people. Hey, say hey again, Terrence. Real quick. Hey, Terrence, you still on the line? Okay. And I'm gonna tell you something else we have on here. And the only reason why he's on here because he does our Facebook page. We have Donovan. Donovan does the Facebook page. He's not just trying to be full throttle with MEPA, but he's the gentleman who does our Facebook page. He does an excellent job. And I pray to God that everybody goes on your Facebook page. And if you don't have one, I want you to like our Facebook page. Thank you.